Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a very super cool 2019 Toyota Rav4 XSE hybrid. This thing is jam-packed with technology, all kinds of safety features, several performance features, and we're going to take a look at this thing inside and out. And we're going to end up in the driver's seat where I'll show you how all the features work. And by the end of this thing, I think you'll be as convinced as I am that this thing is pretty daggone awesome. But before we get started, I would love to take this opportunity to thank Midstate Toyota in Asheboro, North Carolina for the opportunity to film this amazing Toyota RAV4. I'll be sure to leave all the information for Midstate Toyota, including their website where you can check out their inventory, in the comments section below. The total MSRP is $30,060. It has about $1,300 of installed features and options, things from Toyota. And the package, the main package that it has is the XSE weather package. That's a heated steering wheel, rain sensing wipers, and a windshield wiper de-icer function. There's also a special color, and the color on this thing is the Blizzard Pearl, and that's actually a color from Lexus, believe it or not. But that Blizzard Pearl color adds another $395. The starting price, base starting price of this vehicle is $33,850, and after you add in the XSE weather package, couple of oil changes for the ToyoGuard Platinum coverage, floor mats, paint protection, and a couple of other little things like an Apple USB charging cable, brings up the total MSRP of $37,060. Oh, by the way, there's also a $1,060 delivery, processing, and handling fee from Toyota. That's basically the charge for them to put it on the truck to bring it here from the ship. The overall width is 73 inches, overall height 67 inches, overall length 180.9 inches, and the track on the front and the rear is 63 inches on the front and 63.7 inches on the rear. It has a wheelbase of 105.9 inches, and on the inside, the headroom with the moonroof is 37.7 inches in the front and 39.5 inches in the back. So that would be in the second row. Hip room in the front is 54.3 inches and 47.7 inches in the back. Front leg room 41 inches, in the rear 37.8 inches. Shoulder room front and rear respectively 57.8 and 56.4. The key for the RAV4 is actually pretty substantial. I like this compared to the RAV4 keys that I've seen in the past, or just kind of chintzy. Years ago they had that shaft coming out of it, but of course everything now is the smart access keyless operation. You can see there on the top it's got the lock button, below that's unlock, below that's the power door, and then below that, the very bottom one, is the panic alarm. On the back of it, it's pretty cool. You can see the RAV4 emblem, and you can see that it's kind of like traced or highlighted in blue. That's your indication that this is a hybrid. You see the hold button there at the bottom of the key at the base, so I'm going to press it in and hold it. And there it is. Do what I need to do there in the back, and I'm finished. I just press and hold again, and it closes automatically. So nice. I like how the bezels on the lights are kind of smoky looking. You've got LED lights there in the back. It's neat how you can see how it kind of comes to a point there, but then goes back down and around, wraps all the way around. It goes almost halfway down that fender. You see that? Nice. Look at this pearl paint. Blizzard Pearl. Oh, there's a little dimple right there on that door handle. You can see, not a dimple, but like two little lines, and that's to lock the doors. So as long as I have the key on me, all I have to do is touch the lines, and the doors lock. There's also on the outside of the mirror is a little LED. There's your turn signals. I'm actually going to press that to see that. And so that blinks. So I like how you can actually see it Most vehicles, it only, like the light, LED light only comes out of this one little bitty section and it shows people directly back. But this kind of wraps around. Watch this. It's the whole mirror. Check that out. I've never seen that. Nice, so good. It's all the way wrapped around. Man, this sun is, the camera's really picking up that Blizzard pearl paint well. This one, of course, has fog lights right up front. Your LED lighting there all up front, daytime running lights and everything. Oh, this one is also gonna have an active, the shutter, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called like active shutter system, to where there are actually little shutters in here, and they will open and close automatically in accordance with things like the speed that you're going, the temperature outside. Like if it's super cold outside, they'll automatically close. I mean, stay in the open position a little bit so they don't freeze closed. It's all about fuel efficiency, and so that's all right there. Let's pop the hood and take a look at the heart of the beast. And the latch, just like every other Toyota, is going to be just to the right of the Toyota emblem itself. So I'm going to reach down, pick it up, and there's the engine. Hold on one second, I got to put this rod up. Anything that's got like a big fat orange cord is going to be related to the hybrid, to the power part of it. So right here's your engine. You can see the engine oil is SAE 0W16, and that is going to be fully synthetic. The left side is going to be a radiator fluid for the hybrid system, and also for the engine as well. You can see you've got two. There's a pink tank right there, and then a tank with pink right there. Over here on the right side is going to be your golden fluid in that reservoir. That's for your brake system, and then relay and fuses all here. Breather box. I mean, it's just like a regular engine setup, except it's not, because it's a hybrid. And of course, once you're in the vehicle, all you do with the key on your person is put your foot on the brake and press the ignition button, and it fires right up. I love the kind of the intro thing there. You can see that it welcomes you into the vehicle, and I have to say that the interior of this thing is quite impressive. This one has the blue stitching because it's the XSE package, and it's of course hybrid, and everything that Toyota associates with hybrid is blue. I've heard before that blue is the color of power in Japan, that it's like symbolic for power, but I did a little bit of research and I cannot verify that, but it actually sounds pretty cool. You can see also the blue stitching there in the seats. I really like that. I like how Toyota is becoming less conservative with colors and lines and everything. It is high time. Great big old display there. We're going to go over all that stuff. I love how the handles here, or the knobs right here for your climate control system, they're really substantial. That's really nice, and you don't really think of it that much, but like in the winter time, if you were to get into the vehicle and you had gloves on, this is going to be easier to work than, you know, if the knobs were actually smaller. You probably don't think of that when you're buying a car, but it's the nerdy kind of things that I think about. And you can see in the middle there, you've got two buttons per knob. Sync and AC is there, and then on the left one is audio and off, or auto and off. So when you press that, it's automatically going to set the climate control system to whatever temperature display is there. I'm not going to do that right now because it's set on low, and that is a low temperature. So if I pushed auto, I'll just show you. Watch what happens to the fan speed. So it's automatically going to try to set the temperature of the cabin to low, and that's like 60 degrees. So here comes our fan speed way up, and that's not going to be good for the video. So I'm going to manually take the fan speed back down, so I can have that low temperature and you can still hear me talk. How about that? You can see a big bank of buttons right here, and this is all going to be like defrost. Starting there on the far left is going to be defrost, and that's for the front glass. Then to the right of that is for the rear glass. Economy, heat and cool, so you can press that button and it's going to slow down the fan speed and basically kind of take a fan speed away from your climate system, but it's going to save a little bit of gas. You can see the fan symbols right there, the small one and the big one, and that's going to be to manually increase or decrease your fan speed. That's what I just did earlier. To the right of the big fan button is where you're going to manually control the mode or the fan direction. You can see the little icon there, and so as I push it, it's going to change around the fan where the fan blows, essentially. Okay, this is recirculate, and this is something in the Lexus world that we called S-Flow, and that basically makes it so that you can cut on and off the access to the vent in the back. So it's going to concentrate all the air to the front vents, or it's going to split it so that your rear passengers don't burn up or freeze. You can see there it has a 2-level heated seat, high and low, both for driver and passenger. To the left of that, that's kind of a weird placement, is your traction control off button. Then you've got a power point down there, and that's going to be a lighter adapter power point. You can see there. And then you have a USB plus, kind of like an old school plug-in right there for your stuff. It's got a nice little rubberized type of mat here. That's pretty nice. Got a nice deep lip on it, so you can put your things there and then just clean it out whenever you need to. I like it. To the left of the shifter is going to be your automatic parking brake, so that whenever you engage the shifter into park, it is automatically going to put on the e-brake or the parking brake for you. So there is no brake for you to activate or deactivate. You're probably used to a brake here that you push on and off, or maybe if you had a vehicle that had an emergency brake here, this kind of takes that place. So you don't actually have to do it anymore. It does it auto-magically. Then you've got a feature here called brake hold, and when brake hold is active, it will actually literally hold the brake for you at a stoplight. So you're driving along, you stop at a stoplight, and you come to a complete stop, and then this icon is going to highlight on the dash, and that means it's holding the brake for you. And then whenever your light turns green, you can just push the gas pedal again and continue about your way. It's a really neat feature. It's called brake hold. Below that is going to be your selectable drive modes. You've got EV mode at the bottom and trail mode at the top. Whenever you press trail mode, or EV mode, I'm sorry, and you have enough charge on the battery, and you can see here from our multi-information display that what's going on right now, and the engine is on and it's sending power to the battery to charge the battery. Well, while you're driving, there's going to be multi-colored arrows going to and away all over the place, kind of like to the wheel or to the battery or to the engine. And that's basically just the vehicle doing its thing to power you in the most efficient way, and also to charge itself, charge the battery. Well, when you have enough battery charge, and that's generally going to be after about 15-20 minutes of driving, then you can use EV mode. And it's going to go into complete electric vehicle mode. That's what EV stands for. So you'll be able to go on electricity only for very short distances at low speeds. Why would you want to use that? Well, if you're driving around and you come into a parking lot, or if you're in a city where it's bumper to bumper traffic, EV mode is going to be super helpful for saving gas. And then you also have a mode here, it's called normal. And so when you push that, it goes to normal mode, or you can actually turn it. And so I'm going to show you what happens on the dash whenever I do this turning right here, okay? So now I'm going to turn it to the left, and you're going to see it all turn green. That's eco mode. What eco mode is going to do is actually going to take power away from your climate control system. It's going to change something called throttle mapping in order to make it more fuel efficient. That's the whole basis of eco mode. You're going to actually feel a little bit of like the engine is a little weaker. But that's actually by design because it's more fuel efficient. Now I'm going to turn that dial and it's going to go to sport, and you can see everything just turn red. That's exactly the opposite of eco. The throttle is going to be more sensitive, so you'll have more pull on takeoff. Your climate control system the air in your climate system is going to come back up. It's almost like you're going to get an extra fan speed. What this mode is designed to do is for sport mode. Makes it more fun to drive. Then I'm going to hit trail mode, and you can kind of see like rocks there. You see where it says RSA down below that, you're going to see trail mode. Now what trail mode is going to do, when you press the trail mode button, whenever it senses slippage in wheels, it has something called brake vectoring, to where if it senses slippage in some of the wheels, then it's automatically going to apply brake to the wheel that has slippage and transfer power to wheel that has grippage, so that you're going to be less likely to slide around, to slip around, and you're going to be able to stay straight on your course. It's almost like an electronic limited slip differential in a way. It also is going to be able to put up to 80% of the power to the rear wheels, so that if you start slipping in the rear, you can it can actually sense that and immediately appropriate that power back to the rear wheels all the way up to 80%. That's a really, really cool feature. And we're talking about this in a hybrid, almost a luxury vehicle, what this Rav4 is. So you've got trail mode. Cool thing is you can engage that while you're driving. So if you're driving on road and then all of a sudden you come up to a trail that you want to get on, you can just press trail mode and boom, you're there. And this is what the trail mode button looks like, right up there at the top. And then when you put the vehicle in reverse, and here's the way you work the gear shifter, there's a button right here on the front. And so with your foot on the brake, you press the button and you engage it in whatever gear you want to be in. The door's just automatically locked. You can change that around as well. Backup camera, and you can see whenever I turn the wheel, it has the intelligent grid there. And so you've got blue lines that are fixed on the screen, and then you've got lines, the dynamic lines that are yellow that move around, and that is going to allow you to get into parking spaces really, really looking like a professional there. You also have the ability to change around what the view looks like. So that's more of an exploded view, then that's a little bit closer, and you also have grid lines that you can change around. This is going to be effective if you're backing up like a boat trailer or something. There's just a red line to let you know how close you are relative to whatever you're backing. That's your bumper. And then you have the grid line. I really like that dynamic grid line set up right there. Now let's take a look at this glorious big old screen right here. I love this thing. It's touch screen. It's kind of like a matte finish, so that it doesn't show your fingerprints a lot. You can see that a little bit right there. That's a great look. You have home, menu, audio, map, and then your power and volume button all there on the left side. And then all along the right side, you've got seek, track, phone, apps, and tune and scroll. Everything else is going to be touch screen. So when you press the home button, it takes you right to this home screen. You can see that it's actually split up into 3 different screens. You can see home, and then it says engine and battery, phone, and then audio. So you've got 3 different things that you can see there. So you've got menu right here on the display, and this allows you to get a little bit more detailed into your menu screen. And you hear your little buttons there beeping, and you've got your presets. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I love how you can actually mix them up. You see where it says 87.9, that's an FM station, and then you see number 4 there, it says 1000, that's an AM station. Then you see number 5, it says 001, and that's a Sirius XM station. I really like how you can mix together those 3 different modes of audio: AM, FM, XM, SXM replay. And so this allows you to rewind, to pause, all that live XM radio station list. So this is going to allow you to find XM, AM, and FM stations according to genre. There's all right there, but then you can see pop, and then boom, it is going to automatically look and find all of your pop stations that are available for you to listen to. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Then I can just go back there, and then let's just say I want to go hip hop, and then boom, check it out. It makes it so easy. Options. This kind of gets into the same situation that I was showing you with the multi-information display down here. This is just one of those things where you're going to have to get in here and to play with this stuff. I'm just kind of showing you an overview because there are so many different things that you can customize. So I'm going to go back to menu and then phone, and this is where you're going to register your Bluetooth phone. I don't want to do that right now. That is super easy to do. Projection. This is where you can actually project what's on your screen from a compatible device from your screen to this screen. So you have to do that through USB only though. Connect a compatible device via USB to use this feature, and that's going to be right there. Info, vehicle alert history, and eco. And this is a neat screen. I like to have this screen while I'm driving because what it's going to do is show you what's happening with your whole drive system the entire time. So engine is going to show different arrows that are moving to the wheels, to the electric motor, to the battery, and then the front and rear electric motors. You can see you've got an electric motor up front and then one in the rear, and that is because this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. Then you've got trip information here, and this just tells you in a time frame. You can see it says 15 minutes there at the bottom. Well, that's a 5-minute increment, and on the right side is miles per gallon. And so if we were driving right now, you would see a bar graph there, and it gives me 5-minute increments up to 15 minutes as to how well I'm doing as far as my driving is concerned in saving gas or not. Pretty cool. And then we have setup here, and so this is how you're going to customize all of these items down on the left side. General, Bluetooth, audio, phone, voice, vehicle, Wi-Fi. Man, gosh, it's got tons of stuff. Apple CarPlay, I love that. Let's cut that on. Voice recognition tutorial and train voice recognition. I really recommend doing this early on if you get one of these vehicles, to come here and to actually use the voice recognition. So you can press tutorial basics.
This voice recognition system allows you to use common features of your vehicle and your phone.
And so that's going to train you on how to use the the critical components of the voice system. Now that we've looked at everything from the driver's seat, let's take a look at the back seat and also the cargo area. The back seat is actually really cool. It's fantastically roomy. I have this seat way back, which, by the way, is a very cool power seat. So you can see your controls here. That's going to be to slide the whole seat forward. That's the seat back, and then there's your lumbar support. I love the side airbags right there. You have side airbags there in the seat, also in the pillars there. Of course, your steering wheel, and I believe that you have driver's side knee airbag. Yep, you can see that. It says SRS airbag. Super nice. Armrest with cup holders. Really nice. And then you also see that you've got a charger here, and that is a 2.1 amp, so that's going to charge your device nice and quickly. You have rear air registers. You have a nice carpet here, nice and tough, good and durable, and the kind of the luxurious but sporty look continues to the back doors. You've got your soft touch panels here, super nice with that blue stitching. All of this matches what it looks like up front. I'm gonna unbuckle this seat belt, and you can see that you've got a thing here for the seat back, a tab that you push, and then you can see here, this lets you know, watch this. So if I put this seat back and I think that that's latched, that's popped up to let me know, hey, the seat back is not fully engaged. And watch when I actually fully engage it, it goes back down, and that lets me know if it's safe to ride in the seat or not, in conjunction with whether or not that seat back is engaged. Nice. You have a tether here, and it says top tether. Well, this is a tether for a child safety seat. You can see that metal there. And so your tether is going to come up through this and connect there if you have a child safety seat there in that for the back seat. You can see it's got dual tailpipes. That makes it look so much better. Your hybrid emblem there with the XSE badging, and that gives it that sporty look. I haven't even talked about the black painted wheels or the two-tone look there. You can see it's got the black roof, black mirrors, big black striping down the bottom and over the wheel arches. Man, I just think it looks so fantastic. That's a big vehicle. It's big, but it's not like too big. I like how this kind of wraps. It kind of encases the back glass. By the way, that back glass is fixed. It does not pop. So you've got a rubber button here, and you can just squeeze it, let it go, and your rear door is going to come right up. There's your full cargo area. That is a massive cargo area. I love that. Let's go around here and pop the open up. Oh, you see the vent here? And that's going to be a vent for your hybrid system so that your batteries don't ever heat. Very nice. So I'm going to pop this so that we can have it. And I really like how they have made it so that you don't have to fold the headrest down. I mean, I guess you would if this seat were all the way back, but a lot of times in a lot of vehicles, you have to fold this headrest down every single time you put lay the back seat down, but that's really not the case because, as you know, I've got those seats back pretty far. So let's get a view of what the full kind of look is for that cargo area. That's pretty large. I like the tonneau cover here. You can see the way to remove that is you just kind of pull it, and it pulls out right there. So it's kind of like spring loaded on the end. And you can see that I can engage this by lining it up right there. And that allows me to use the tonneau cover to hide things in the back that I don't want peering eyes to see. And then you can see you've got a hook here, a cargo hook. There's one on the right, one on the left, so that you can tie down things if you need to. Nice little light here. And I recommend leaving that light on all the time because it goes out when the back door is closed. So you can just leave it open so that it makes it nice when you open it at night. You don't have to cut the light on. It does it automatically. A little power point here. Nice little storage area. And then under the cargo mat, you can see you've got a little tab that you pull. And there's our spare tire. Pretty cool stuff, huh? That's nice. You've got a handle here that you can use to pull down. You've also got one on the other side, but I prefer to use the button. You can also close this remotely with your key, and so you can close that. Another thing that I want to point out is there's a little dimple right there. So there's like a space. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. A big square right there, and that's what you squeeze to open it up. Then there's a little bitty dimple right there, and that's what you push if you want to access the back, and you want to, as soon as you're done accessing the back and getting everything out that you need, you push that little bitty button on the right side, beep, and it locks all the doors back. One is open and unlock, and then one is lock. I like it. Okay, everybody, that's just about going to do it for our look at the 2019 Toyota RAV4 XSE all-wheel drive hybrid. I love this vehicle. Of course, as you guys may know anyways, I'm a freak for hybrids. I just think they're so neat, all the technology packed into them. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps you enjoy your ride. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. Remember also to give it a big fat thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you think you would like more of this content delivered right to you. And also remember, the most important thing in the whole wide world, have a wonderful day, everybody.